Today's practice is a lower body mobility flow, option to add some tools to it or some things. You could have a towel nearby or a band, foam roller, massage ball, tennis ball. This is a lacrosse ball. So whatever you've got, feel free to add it in if you'd like. We're going to start in tabletop. So in tabletop, we're going to get hands underneath shoulders and knees underneath hips. We're just going to move through a few cat-cows. So we're going to inhale, lower the navel, exhaling, round and relax the head. And so I want you to move with your pace of breath. And we're going to do that 3, 4, maybe even 5 times. Just starting to get a little movement along the spine. It's okay if your pace is a little bit faster or slower than mine. Just moving with your own kind of pace of breath. We'll go for one more. And then we're going to find our neutral. So in between those two movements, where we've got our natural curves in the spine. From here, we're going to find a little connection into our abdominal muscles, into our stomachs. And we're going to take one ball. We're going to place it in behind our knee. All right, so we'll probably have to lift the leg up a little bit, flex the ankle to hold the ball in place. Really press into every single fingertip here. And with the brace in the abs, we're going to start to shift the weight onto the other knee. And we're going to draw some nice big circles with our knee, getting the movement in the hip socket here. Try not to rush it. And try and keep the rest of the body still, balancing on both hands and the opposite knee. Make sure we don't lose our breathing, so keep the breath in and out. Once you've done 5 big circles one way, we're going to reverse. Try and draw circles in the opposite direction. Keep pushing up into the hands, up through the shoulder blades. And then once you've done 5 in the opposite direction, we can place that down. Shake the hands out if you need, maybe give a few wrist circles, or if you feel like you need the opposite stretch, get the backs of the hands together. And then we can release. And we'll go for the same thing on the other side. So you're going to take the ball, get it in behind the knee, flex the ankle, press up through the hands, up through the shoulder blades, shift the weight onto the other knee. And now we're going to try and draw 5 big circles with the opposite knee. Hold onto that ball. Look, if the ball drops out and rolls away, that's okay. Just grab it and bring it back in. And then we're going to reverse, go for the opposite direction and see if we can get 5 really big circles here going in the opposite direction. And again, if you lose hold of the ball, that's okay. This can also be done without having that extra piece, and you'd be focusing on your big hip circles without having the ball in there. All right, there we go. So that's done. Again, release the hands if we need. Go for a few wrist circles. If we want to go for the backs of the hands, pressing together. And then we're going to get ready to lift up to a downward facing dog. So we will place both hands on the mat, tuck the toes underneath, send the hips up, and go for a few heel pedals here. So you're kind of drawing one heel down, opposite knee presses, or opposite knee bends, sorry. And we're pushing up into our hands as well. So make sure every single finger is pressing down into the mat. Nice deep breaths. We'll take a second to press both heels down now, lifting up through the hips. And we're going to shift the weight onto our left foot. The right leg will lift. And then we're going to send that knee all the way up. We'll bring it into a low lunge. If you need to use your hands to help get your foot forward, go for it. And then we're going to get ready for a warrior 1. So we're going to place the back foot down onto the floor. When you're ready, abs engaged, we're going to start to bring the body up. And we'll make our way all the way up here. So now we want to just check in with our hips. So make sure that our hips are pointing forwards, okay? So if we're really turned to the side, we're going to take a moment to start to bring the weight so that we're facing our both hip bones, if we had lights on them, shining forward. Front foot's pointing forward. Back foot we can turn out a little bit. You may be getting a little bit of a stretch in the lower back of the leg. And then when we're ready, option to keep the hands on the hips, or we can go for a big reach up overhead. We're going to breathe here. Try and see if we can keep the ribs drawn in, tailbone heading down towards the floor. We'll go one more cycle of breath here. And then on the exhale, we're going to slowly bring it down. Find that low lunge. Take an inhale or an exhale there. Plant the hands. We'll pop that back up to our downward facing dog. Take a second here. We might pedal the heels out. Take a moment to breathe. And then when we're ready, really plant the hands. Plant the right foot. We're going to lift the left leg this time. And then we'll slowly start to bring that knee forward. When we're ready, we'll place that foot on the floor. Again, if you need to help get the foot up, that's all good. Take a moment in low lunge before we then place the back foot down. Keeping a bend in the front knee, we'll slowly bring the body up. Try not to do anything too quickly here. Take your time. Now, can we feel all 4 points of our feet, both feet pressing into the floor? Check in with the hips. Do we have them shining our light in front? When we're ready, the arms can lift up, making sure we're not holding our breath. Checking in with the ribs, drawing the ribs down, tailbone down towards the floor, maybe getting a stretch in that back leg, the back of the leg there. One more breath in and out, try and relax the shoulders. And on the exhale, we will slowly bring that back down. Take a cycle of breath here in low lunge with either the back knee up or down. And then when we're ready, we're going to bring the back knee down if it's not down already. We'll bring the other knee down, and then we're going to just find a gentle child's pose. Relax the head over. Take a breath in and out there. And then really reach the fingertips out in front. We're going to take our time, but we'll inhale. We'll slowly start to shift the weight forward. Bring the shoulders right up on top of the hands. We can keep the knees down. I'm just going to move back a little bit so I've got space. Or you can, of course, lift up on the toes. That'll be a little bit more challenging. Feel free to keep the knees down. When we're ready, we're going to slowly start to bend the elbows, lowering chest and hips all the way down to the floor. Perfect. Okay. Next, we're going to bring the right arm out in front. We can place the forehead on top of our hand. We're going to start to bend the left knee. All right, so from here, we're going to work on half bow. So we can reach the hand back, find the ankle, flex the ankle there, and I want you to think about really pressing your left hip down into the floor. Okay, and as I'm pressing my left hip down, I'm thinking about pulling my ankle away from my hand. But my hand is there to keep the leg in place. Now, one option, if you've got a band, you could have that go around the foot. And this would be one option if you've got a band. You can pull that in. I would go opposite hand. Or if you've got a towel, you could hold the towel there. Take one more cycle of breath in and out wherever you are at. And then we'll release. Take a moment to just kind of shake that out. Maybe kind of gently rock the hips side to side, or you can keep the knees bent, let the feet fall one side to the other. It can feel nice. And then we're going to go for the other side. So the right hand is on the floor. Your forehead is on top of the left hand. Your right hand will reach back towards your right ankle. We're going to think about pressing your right hip into the floor. And then you can think about your foot trying to pull away as your hand holds on. Option, if you've got the towel or the band, to use that. Make sure we're breathing. Either way. hip pressing down into the floor. Take one more cycle of breath. And then if you've got the band, we can release. And again, maybe go for just like a gentle rock, or if you want to let the knees fall from one side to the other. We're going to get the hands underneath the shoulders, tuck the toes. When we're ready, think like you're trying to pull your belly button up as we push. And then we will come up to seated. Okay.